Hi guys, so I'm going to be talking about make or buy decisions, and these decisions basically occur when a company is making a product or a part on their own, but another company, for example, offers to make the product for them so that the original company can just buy it from them. I'll give you an example to help. So let's say we have a company that's making rubber ducks, and they want to make, or they plan to make 100 units. So 100 rubber ducks. Their costs of making them are direct materials of $10 per unit produced, direct labor of $5 per unit produced, and variable manufacturing overhead of $2 produced. They also have some fixed manufacturing overhead, and that totals up to $2,000. Okay. So now this other company comes in, I'll use a red marker for them, and they say that they'll make us 100 units for $16 a piece. Now we're left to figure out which option is better. Well, to do this, we have to figure out what our relevant costs are. Relevant costs are costs that will differ between decisions. So, for example, direct materials is a great example of a relevant cost. Why? Because if we choose to make the ducks in-house, we choose this option here, we are going to have to pay for direct materials. But if we choose to buy the product from this other seller, this cost is gone because we're not paying for the materials to manufacture the product if we're not manufacturing it. Most variable costs are irrelevant, and if you can kind of understand what I just said, these three costs here we know are going to be relevant to our decision because, again, if we're making the ducks in-house, we're going to have to pay for all this. It varies per unit. If we don't make the units, we don't pay the costs, whereas here we wouldn't pay them at all. So write that down here. But what about fixed? Fixed manufacturing overhead could go either way, and it depends on a couple of things. Is it allocated? Or is it avoidable? If this fixed overhead is allocated to making ducks within the company's going to reallocate the money should they choose to buy ducks from somewhere else. So this cost isn't really relevant because no matter which decision we make, if the manufacturing overhead's allocated, we're going to have to pay it. Doesn't matter if we make or buy the ducks. But if they're telling you that this fixed manufacturing head is avoidable, maybe it only goes towards making these ducks anyway, then it becomes relevant because if we make the ducks in-house, we have to pay it, whereas if we outsource the job, we don't. So let's say in this problem that it's allocated. So we're just going to reallocate it and don't have to worry about it. Well, we know that to make the ducks in-house, it's going to be 100 units times our relevant costs. 10 plus 5 plus 2. So we're going to spend $17,000. If we buy the ducks from this company here, it's going to be 100 units times $16, and we're only going to spend $16,000. This means that there's an $1,000 advantage to choosing to buy the ducks.